No, it is. This is said 4:59 for the last 5 minutes.
You.
I'd like to call this meeting of ordinance order on November 21st, 5 o'clock. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Chairman Narducci.
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Castillo.
Present.
Councilwoman Harris is absent. Councilor Miller. Present. Councilman Espinal is absent. There are 3 present and 2 absent. We have a quorum.
All right, before we start tonight, just brief. This will be my last ordinance meeting. As almost everybody knows, I'm terminating it out after 16 years. I was always proud to sit on this committee as chairman and as a member in the past. I think this committee's done some great things to keep our city moving forward with some of the ordinance and zoning changes that we've done in the past. And again, I'm very proud to have been a member of it moving forward. And I did at the public hearing. I want to give the clerks a thank you because sometimes we don't realize what the clerks actually do. There's 15 of us, there's all these different committees, and in the past 6 years, they've been hit with so many new committees. And these girls have to take care of setting them up, having the meetings, making sure everything's all set for us to view even before our meetings sometimes. And again, thank you girls for everything that you've done.
And privilege.
Oh, no, thank you, because in the morning I go over there to appreciate the really hard job they do, because, you know, we sit down in here with our papers, but they have to take care of everything for everybody, for committee, for city council, for, you know, for every board we got here. And amazing when we have it in the pandemic, especially Tina, Sherry, and everybody, because their girls is new, but they learn and they do the job.
Wonderful.
But everything they do for us, I say, you know, it's not easy. We sit down in here to take, you know, our board to take decision, but the really hard job is in the clear office. And thank you for recognize and thank you for appreciate. I come in this morning exactly to say to them, they're happy I am. You know, I say thank you very much because I'm leaving too. You know, if it's not for them, I can make it. I can make it because sometimes when I'm really confused or something, I come in and sit down with them and say, let's see what happened, blah, blah, blah. And thank you, girls. Thank you very much, because it's not for you. I can never be a best city council for the world.
Yep. And again, there's 15 council members. I know myself, there's times I think I'm the only one, and that's how they should look at it. It's just Councilman Narducci, there's no other 14 members to worry about. But again, I just want to thank you guys, or girls, very much for you.
Yeah.
And I know at least right now, what I see in that department is even the new people coming in, the job that you guys are doing, just keep it up.
Tremendous.
And you guys came in at the bad time. You came in around the COVID time. Bad enough when we shouldn't have face-to-face meetings, but the Zoom meetings, I know they used to drive me up the wall. The only good thing with a Zoom meeting is I could hit that video button.
And we can take the coffee, we can eat. And the abuse we do to them too. You know, we put the cameras off and go to make a coffee, take some cheese, put it in here and eat it and everything. But you know, anyway,
But it's
that's good.
it's been, it's been a great 16 years for me. My family for many, many years has worked for the people of Providence, whether it be through Little League Baseball, to communications with the immigrants coming in from Italy and Ireland at the time, that my great grandmother used to take care of and make sure they stood enough to have apartments and places to live. It's been a full commitment for my family. And again, I'm just glad to be here. I got Mr. Garrity over there. His father was one of our governors and a very, very dear friend of my dad's and my mom's. And Governor Gary at the time attended my sister Debbie's wedding. So our families go back quite a few years ago. I remember being in an Italian family and having an Irish Gary sticker on our cars and the sign in our yard. And back then you caught some slack for stuff like that. We were proud to support the Gary family, that's for sure. I was a kid, we used to have the hats, Governor Gary and the T-shirts. And there were 7 of us. And what we did is we walked around with my mom and dad to the neighborhood and we would give out the flyers. We all had, like I said, had our Gary hats and shirts on. So again, there's a lot of history. Born and raised here. I'm not going anywhere. I might have to leave the council, but I'm not leaving my neighborhood because I love my neighborhood. I want to continue to fight for the city of Providence and we need moving forward also. So again, thank you.
Me too.
Thank you, Chair.
I'll be there every time I have to be there. I'll be there.
So with that being said, Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 1 into the record?
Petition from John J. Garrahy Esquire, John J. Garrahy Law LLC, 2088 Broad Street, Cranston, Rhode Island, 02905, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 62, lots 429 and 431, 154 and 164 Delaney Street, from R3 to C2.
Bobby, would you like to, guys are going, come up to that. Bobby, just state your name and position for the record.
Yes, Robert Azar, Deputy Director of Department of Planning and Development. As I mentioned at the hearing, this is a petition to rezone a couple of properties that are currently non-conforming. The original petition was modified during the course of the public hearing so that the zoning change would be to C2, which would allow these 2 buildings operated by the YWCA to be used as group quarters and for them to be allowed to do renovations to the buildings. As you saw from the letter from the City Plan Commission, they found this to be consistent with the comprehensive plan and their advice was to approve this.
Thank you, Bobby. Any questions for Bobby before we go on? Hearing none.
Mr. Chairman, you said it perfectly. So, and I want to say something about you, if I may, before you take it here. You know, and talk about the work that the clerks do. Public service is not easy, and you know, no good deed goes unpunished. We all know that, and you know, 16 years is a long time to do the work, the people's work, and it doesn't always get appreciated. So thank you very much, and thank you for the courtesy of being able to say this, but thank you. Public service is a very noble profession, and we appreciate the work that you have done over those.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. So can I have a motion to approve item number 1 and send to the council for their approval?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 2 into the record?
Petition from Jabril Bengala, Care First Transportation, 702 Douglas Avenue, Providence, Rhode Island, 02908, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 123, lots 30 and 31, 722 and 730 Douglas Avenue, from R2 to C1.
Bobby?
Yes, as you'll recall, this is right along Douglas Avenue, directly adjacent to other property that's currently zoned commercial. And these are vacant lots, and the owner of the property also owns adjacent property in the commercial zone. They're looking to build a mixed-use building that would have commercial and housing on the upper floors. We had a schematic plan of that looks to be compliant with the commercial zoning. Given that this is right along Douglas Avenue and adjacent to a commercial zone, it seemed like a very appropriate proposal to extend that. So CPC has recommended in favor of this.
Anybody else here to speak on item number 2? No. All right, then with that being said, can I have a motion to approve and send item number 2 to the full council?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
made by Councilman Castillo, and seconded by Councilman Miller, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 3 into the record?
Petition from Kelly Moore Salvatore Esquire on behalf of Shamrock Partners LLC, Kingdom Capital LLC, and John E. O'Rourke Jr. requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 119, lots 101, 232, and 287, 472, 480, and 483 Douglas Avenue from R3 to C2.
Thank you. Bobby?
Okay, again, right down the street on Douglas Avenue. These 2 pieces of property, actually, it's 3 lots. They all contain commercial buildings. They've been in the residential zone for many years, allowed by variance, which is very restrictive on what you can do with the property, with commercial property when it's in a residential zone. So we've been advising that zoning changes are a better way to operate so that you have a little bit more flexibility to use these commercial buildings. As you'll recall, one of these is a Irish pub, and there's a former auto repair building that I think the pub is intended to expand into. Across the street is a commercial building where the owners want to use that for a variety of mixed commercial uses. Douglas Avenue in the vicinity of commercial zoning makes all the sense in the world, so CPC recommended in favor of that.
That used to be the old independent club. That was a private club, social club for many, many years. For Jack and them to go over. Yeah, the only question I had that was answered anyway at the public hearing was the issue of parking. They had said that they're going to be able to use 50 to 80 spots on Mr. Pelagio's property. So, with that being said, can I have a motion to approve item number 3 and pass to the full council?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Excuse me, ayes have it. Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 4 into the record?
Petition from Kelly Moore Salvatore Esquire on behalf of Asian Properties LLC requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 126, Lot 276, 241 Reservoir Avenue from C1 to C2.
Bobby?
Okay. Mr. Chair, before I jump into this, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you publicly for your public service. Also, to you, Councilman Castillo, thank you as well. It's been great working with you on this committee over the past many years. I always appreciate the way you show respect to me and to the City Plan Commission. I think we work really well as a team. I also want to thank you. I'll never forget the tour you gave me of your neighborhood. It was a wonderful way to see it through your eyes and to really think about, when we plan, for the future of the city, to understand it through the eyes of people who have lived there their whole lives is really invaluable. So I just want to thank you for that.
I was thinking, but Bobby, I also want to thank you because you've always been there. And you know for a fact that there's times I called you on Saturdays, late at night, early in the morning.
I was in Iceland.
You were at
The last time you called.
and picked up my call. So I want to thank you for your service. And, with the new administration coming in, there's certain positions that certain people that should be kind of left to do their things, and I really think that you're one of them, because again, you've always been up front. Regardless if you liked what you said or not said, take it to the bank, you know, and I appreciate that because that's the type of person I am. And the city should be proud to have somebody like you in the position you're in. And again, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Okay, moving on. So this petition is to go basically from one commercial zone to another. The comprehensive plan has enough flexibility in it to allow for this sort of change as necessary. In this particular case, the petitioner is looking to locate a liquor store within a commercial shopping plaza. The building already exists, the space is vacant. This is in an area of Reservoir Ave that is, has a lot of heavier commercial use. There's plenty of parking within this commercial plaza. It's on the side of Reservoir so that it's away from residences. So we felt comfortable with this change, as did the city planning commission.
Any questions, Bobby? Is there anybody else here that would like to speak on this particular matter?
No.
Did you say yes?
Mr. Chairman, there can be no testimony given. The public hearing was closed.
Yeah, but is she the provider?
She is the petitioner, but
That's all right, come on.
Oh, I have my notes here.
Andrew Howard, on behalf of Tara, we represent Sophia again. We have nothing to add to the record unless the council has any questions.
Awesome. Thank you. So with that being said, can I ask that you take item number 4, approve item number 4 and pass it to full council?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? She was just sitting there so patient. You know what I mean? Madam Clerk, would you please read item number 5 into the record?
Petition from Walter Bronhardt by his attorney John J. Garrahy Esquire, John J. Garrahy Law, LLC, 2088 Broad Street, Cranston, Rhode Island, 02905, dated October 7, 2022, requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 13, Lot 293, 134 Waterman Street, from RP to C2.
Bobby?
Yes, you continued this indefinitely at the request of the petitioner during the public hearing. And I think,
no,
No,
this is the meeting to do that.
oh, this is the meeting to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then, yeah, I know you have a request from Mr. Derry. You put it in writing. We certainly have no objections to this.
Do you have anything you'd like to add, Councilman?
No, Mr. Chairman, because of the circumstances at the public hearing, we request that this be continued indefinitely.
Thank you. So with that being said, then can I have a motion to continue indefinitely item number 5?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Councilman Miller. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
My favorite partner.
Can I do?
Yes.
That being said, can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Councilman Castillo, seconded by Council. Jesus Christ, Miller. All in favor? You can tell I really don't want to leave tonight.
You know what?